That's fine, dude. We had to discuss the differences between
All right, it's rolling now.
S chassis here. But I'm fine with 1Vs.
Welcome back to the
talking
whatever this is.
Talking drift with Corey Olsen.
Not really
two.
a podcast, not really a video.
Just whenever.
Today we've added a piece. We added a table and a centerpiece here for the fall.
Some wheat,
some stuff. So we got some water.
Yeah.
Vapor distilled. Ready to talk about drifting.
Yep. So it's been about 2 months since we filmed our last Talking with Drift, and
the last video I thought went well. At first I was a little upset. I thought I was talking too much shit. But apparently it wasn't that big of a deal.
No.
I'm a little bit of a better mind space at this point.
Right. But we've had some stuff go down in the last 2 months that we could definitely chat about.
I'm not ignoring you guys on the phone. I'm just looking for things to talk about.
Yeah. We can't remember anything, so there was some things that we had written down that would or could be interesting to talk about. But
I'm just looking, I always just try to scroll through here to just see anything that it pops in my mind. I took this fire picture of you in the 240 though.
Today?
Yeah, I wanted to get it full big screen, but it was kind of raining.
Nice. I took my 240 to my grandma's and parked it up.
It kind of looks like a nice stock photo. So that's one of the topics I want to talk about though.
What's that?
About you having this cherry S14, and it's we're not going to discuss prices. I'm not counting anyone's pocket here, but for a deal like that, doesn't know anybody anything, but you can make so much money off that car. So it's such a hard spot. Obviously, in your predicament, you never sell. No. But if you're someone who has a lot of dollars into something like that, in this market, in my opinion, you just sell that thing, you double your money, or even quadruple, 1,000 times % your money, and then you get something newer, like a Z or a BRZ. And I know you would never do that because you're not a punk, you're not a poser. It's just a joke when I say it. But I'm damn, dude. I see these dudes, the track, they come within inches of smoke on the wall, and they got the cleanest 240. This thing's on the fucking coolest 240 ever, dude. And I'm like, dude, take that thing home, park that thing, buy a Z.
Part it out.
Boom. Driving a Z, fun. Yeah.
I think it's
I'm just picking. Stay true to the roots though. Don't sell.
I think it'd be dumb to sell. It's kind of even dumb to buy right now, really, unless you get a
No, dude, TikTok kids are eating it up.
Seriously.
TikTok kids, they'll buy it, dude.
Weird.
They didn't forget.
Dude, it's weird.
They didn't forget, dude.
Why does that have so much influence on, think about it. There's so much, random people now that are, obsessed with cars that, if you would have discussed anything about cars, 2 years ago, they would have, they would have recoiled and discussed, I don't care, but
now it's dude, look at my Focus.
Sure,
What, you don't like my Focus?
Everyone's got a locally
You don't like my Focus?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not my style, bro. I'm not being mean. Kids at work, they'll be like, hey, Corey, I see you drift, bro. Yo, what coilover should I get for my Ford Fusion? And I'm just I don't want to be mean, I promise you. But sometimes I'm just dude, you're not going to listen anyway.
Right. When you start talking about mods in your Malibu.
Hey, man, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, but, leave me out of it. Nah, I'm just kidding, but for real. Sometimes it's just
Right. I just think it's interesting how
this kid at work
app has so much influence.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Coworker, he's I got this BRZ. He doesn't really get it, but he's trying. And I respect that, whatever, but he gets his BRZ and he's helping me help him pick out wheels. So I'm looking around, I'm trying to figure it out. I help him. He comes up to me one day, after he buys the wheel, and it's the worst wheels ever, dude.
Oh, no.
And everyone knows, these BRZs, this thing's a BRZ, bright blue. He's got 18-inch huge wheels, 18-inch white wheels from, TireRack.com. And I didn't want to be dude, this looks like crap. But I was yeah, man, I mean, if you lowered it a little bit, got smaller tires. Yeah. And he's yeah, this looks sick. I'm
yeah.
That's what you love, brother. I'm not hating. But people ask for my opinion, and then... oh, you hate stance cars. No, I don't. I like them done tastefully. That's my style.
Yeah, you like a well-executed car.
But that's Corey's opinion. Corey Olsen's opinion, not...
Listen, I know the opinion thing's kind of hard, but also, there's a standard. If you go back, 30 years... if you go back, say, 20 years, let's say 2000, the year 2000, and you look at, car culture, and you go to a car show, the standards of vehicles, I feel like, used to be much higher.
Oh yeah, because everything was like sex spec, like perfect paint, sick interior, big speakers.
Right.
Even
I'm sure there was shitty cars.
Oh, guarantee it.
But like,
but any of the show cars were like in the, I guess, any range.
Right.
Like we're gonna go
respectfully
through.
done.
So you're thinking like 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. We're getting into like the Honda Civic tuner scene. But even those cars, like, still like, you guys have all seen Fast and Furious. We've all seen it. It's still like a standard of like clean cars. Like, I'm sure the dudes were there with their Chevelle or their Cavaliers. I get it.
Right.
But like today, I mean, it's fine. I'm not. This is our podcast, so I'm not feeling too bad about being ignorant. But like, whatever makes you happy, I guess. But damn.
I know. It's a little weird, like some of the.
But maybe I'm just ignorant. I think we do need gatekeeping now.
We need gatekeeping.
We need to gatekeep.
It's hard. I mean, I don't know. Just surround yourself with the people you want to be surrounded by. I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it. Prevent.
So what are you thinking that's next, dude? I'm thinking about how I don't like Serbs. Sorry.
You don't like Serbs?
I saw that picture.
Not even Serbs?
Now people always tag me in Serb posts and... and like...
I don't know. Hey, you see Forrest Wang's livery?
Hey, oh yeah.
That looks good.
That's cool he went with an S15. Or is his car like 0.5 or something? I'm gonna have to look it up.
I don't know. Now you can turn a S14 into a S15. Those guys do it like an FD and stuff, but it's just like a rear fiberglass mold.
It's crazy to think
I don't know
that.
if he wants it or not.
Oh no, dude, he went full. See, that car is hot, dude.
Yeah, it looks good.
That's what I'm talking about. And then putting Forrest Wang back in is gonna. This year's gonna be nutty, man. That's what I'm saying. We got Forrest Wang back. You know, the crowd favorite. Look at that car, dude. Damn. That is some.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe.
I don't think he's had a car that looks bad.
No, never. And his last car had like, what was it? Was it Blizzo 3s on it, or does he rock the VS Calves?
They might have been Chaos, but I was about to say his wheel choice in the last car was sweet. I actually don't know.
This car, it doesn't appear like it's gonna be like some name brand wheel. Maybe, who knows what that is? Maybe he will, but I know it's hard.
Like Kansai, bro.
Ooh, those Kansais with
I don't know.
with the holes in the middle.
I don't know. Bro.
Maybe it's just like a stock picture.
I'm just messing.
Oh. Yeah, imagine having a car that cool. That's what I'm excited for. This season's gonna be sick. Like,
well, your car looks sick too.
Whose?
Yours.
No.
Talk about it.
What's there to really talk about? I guess I've been posting
wheels?
about it lately, but I got new doors today. Fingers. I got some trim, so I can finish up my car.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get it painted, man. There's not much more to talk about.
Listen, dude.
It's coming out nice. Hopefully, I can park with the cool kids finally. You know. Final bout 2024, dude. Hit me up. The DM submitting. I'll be my
Yeah, his page like isn't like on private or anything.
Yeah,
so just
we'll get the blinky lights in the freaking the corners or whatever.
Yeah.
The sparkle. No shade. I'm just like No Star Bash last year. Every single car had it.
Yeah.
It's all good though. Sweet. That's swagged out, dude.
I like it.
Swagged out 100%. Just do whatever makes you happy.
I'm just like, I don't have the wiring knowledge to like just go out and do that to my car. I feel like if I do have a mess, I'm messed up, so I just don't even bother with the wiring situation.
So, yeah, no, wiring low-key kind of sucks.
Hey, dude,
but it's also easy, man. You just need like a power and a ground.
I guess.
A triggering source.
I don't know how the strobes or anything.
Literally, those would be the easiest thing to install. Like, you could buy, like, I think it was Hannah, like Kyle's wife, Hannah Robertson. She, like, posted what they put in her car, and it's literally just, like, I took a screenshot of it for, maybe I'll do the blinky lights one day, because it's kind of fire, I guess. But, basically, she had some, like, Amazon, just, like, little LED strobes, and they literally just have a positive and a negative, and you just hook them up to, like, maybe take out your blinkers in the side. Like your side markers, like on BMWs, they have them, and you can just put them in there, and you just turn on the lights, and they flat, like boom, 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 boom.
That's cool, dude.
I mean, there's probably more fancy ways to do it, but
right.
But
Bish Nasty has a setup. Bish Nasty has a setup.
Yeah, his are cool. He probably has like legit, like cool ones, not like those little like eBay ones or Amazon ones.
He's good at wiring though.
Yeah, he's nice at that. So that makes it real easy. So, you think wiring's that scary? I don't mind wiring.
I just, I don't know how to do it right. Like, I've never, sat down and, had a class on.
Yeah, I mean you could
so
you could solder it, and you could get real crazy with it.
I know how to solder and like.
Yeah,
I can figure.
But
it
like
out.
regular butt connectors that you just heat up and they like heat shrink. That's all you need. You could get. I don't know. I suck at making it look nice. I get it.
Right.
I'm kind of the dude who just twists them together, and I'll get like a freaking little wire nut. You know what I mean?
Corey, dog.
No, not like a wire nut. I'll do it legit. I'll throw some tape on her, but you know what I mean. I'm not like out there like, so I don't do it, dude.
Yeah, I feel that.
One time I had wires hanging under my car. They're like for my ABS sensor, like in the rear, and someone's like kept saying on the track, "Oh, you got wires hanging." So I got so mad. And I got off the track, dude, and I just took that wire and I just ripped it off. Instead of zip tying it or anything, dude, I just got out of the car and just ripped them, dude. And I'm so mad I did that because my ABS has never worked since. Because obviously I even tried like.
You want ABS?
Yes, because I don't want ABS, but I need a wheel speed sensor. So in the BMW, if you just run one sensor, your odometer or your speedometer works, but my my speedometer doesn't work without the odometer, and like my odometer doesn't go up. Like my miles have never changed because my ABS sensor doesn't work.
Yeah, it didn't drive it once.
It hasn't been touched in years. It's the same as when it got registered 3 years ago. It's the same mileage, bro. It's still legit.
Just sat in my yard.
It's sat in my yard. Resell, dude, $12K. Hit me up in the DMs, dude. It's ready to rip.
Piano black interior.
Piano black interior, dude. If you actually want to get some seat time, you don't want to sit out the track, hit me up.
Right.
I'll drop it off in your yard. I'm done. I want to get me like an Evo or something.
Mm-hmm. We work on cars now. $79.95.
Yep. All we do is work on them. We don't even drive them.
Never again.
But yeah, I'll just get like an Evo or something, dude. And just, you know.
You want to get an Evo?
All-wheel drive fucking launches and shit. Dude.
We need something all-wheel drive.
Can't afford
this
Evo.
rear-wheel drive sucks.
If you need an Evo, you might as well get something cooler.
Like what? Mercedes?
We should just get S15s. They come down in price.
God, life would be so much.
All right, 2024. Me and Nick, we're buying a car in Japan. I don't really know how I'm going to fit in it yet, but we're going to figure that out later.
Dude,
so hit us up in the DMs if you want to sponsor. We'll set up a GoFundMe. Catch us in Japan, dude. You just want to move there?
It's pretty easy, I heard. So we can just do that.
So yeah,
really
hit us
easy.
up. Ebisu chilling. Catch me doing the jump.
Yeah.
Me and Nikki.
You want lunch? Let's meet at the Ebisu.
Yeah, we'll get
ramen shop.
Yup, and then we'll go to the zoo.
It's so easy.
You guys want to hit me up in the DMs. We're gonna be driving with Naoki. So
Drift Week 8.
All right, let's get on topic here. Let's talk about
let's
something.
get on topic. There's no topic.
There is a topic. It's drifting.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do one of my favorite segments of this, and we're just gonna scroll. I'm just gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll, and we're gonna just talk about what I see. So first thing I see is Joey Britter. He's aligning 3 kids' cars I know. So wait, do I know this guy?
That dude's coming in clutch for those guys down there.
So three people I know. My boy David, Triple Bacon.
If you need an alignment in Ohio, hit up Joey Britter.
His car is sick. Is getting alignment, and then Skyler, he's got a BMW 4-door. I like it. It's getting into my boy Stevie. He's gotten it aligned. So 3 Xenia boys, I think, getting it hooked up by Joey. That's pretty sick. The Xenia Rednecks. Shout out to them. I'm sorry, I'm getting all distracted here. Yeah, Corey Misko said he'd sell me the stock wheels on his truck. Sick. Need those.
For what?
Well, he got a new truck, and it's got the same wheels I have, and he wants to get rid of them. So I might as well get them because like a couple of mine are kind of crusty.
Oh, okay.
Remember you had to get me that wheel?
Yeah.
Because it was broken?
The welds broke.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I mean, my other ones are fine. That one was so bad because it was a spare. So the thing about it's always under the truck.
Well, dude, you were talking tire walls. You had an issue with tire walls.
Man, that's pretty sad right there.
I didn't know.
I forgot about Ken Block dying.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Someone just posted like a picture of him getting wow, that's pretty sad, man. What a legend. I was really thinking about it the other day, and like that first Gymkhana, dude, I really played that out. Like I watched it a lot. R.I.P. Ken Block. I feel like we talked about that last time.
Probably did. I don't even remember.
Dude, R.I.P. Ken Blizzy, bro. I could drive like that though. You thought I was feeling you? All right.
You could drag.
Rear-wheel drive, dude.
Come like he didn't even have some.
All right, so here's the next thing. It's like Circle of Drift. Have you ever heard of them? It's like a
Circle of
podcast,
Drift.
and they're like kind of. I don't know how people feel about them.
Yeah, dude. I remember when people were putting him on blast.
Fortune Hearts. I know that guy.
Rear wheels on a drift car guy, right?
Real wheels on a drift car. Oh yeah, dedicated drift car.
Dedicated drift car.
Dude, dedicated drift car.
Yeah, that was.
Have you ever wanted like to fly like a remote control airplane or like helicopter or boat? I really want to do that.
I love flying drones.
Russian President Putin. Okay, we don't want to get political on here and get demonetized.
What are you looking for?
I'm just scrolling to see if there's any topics.
Oh, okay.
But there's nothing that I can really see.
How about Kenda, bro? Remember we talked about, we were like, yo, what's gonna be the next tire? And then I thought maybe it was Kenda. We were thinking maybe Achilles, but
it was Kenda, dude. We were right.
It's the new Zenda.
Yeah, so that was interesting, and I'm excited to get my hands on a set of those. I want to try them up front really bad because I loved KR20s in the front. Like, I loved them. But the sidewall was too, I like to run my tires at like 50 now, so maybe it wouldn't be as bad, but like back when I used to run like 32 PSI in the front, like the sidewalls were so bouncy and soft. And I know you had the same issue, and it actually led to you almost like putting her into the wall because your tire bounced. And that thing just DB'd like nothing. You did a normal jump like we all hit, and it just went nope. And you gouged your wheels pretty nice. And I'm a huge Kenda fan. Like Ed from Kenda, like he's my boy. You guys, I don't know. Like people always ask me like, oh, sponsored, like because he comments on all my stuff. But he's just my friend. Just because he happens to work for Kenda, it doesn't. I didn't send any proposals or anything. He's just my boy, and he hooks it up when he can, you know. But I'm excited that they came back like that. You've already heard my rants about like Acceleras. They were great, but they just went too quick for me.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get those new tires. I want to try them on the front to see how they feel, and hopefully the sidewall's a lot stronger.
You're not gonna try them in the rear?
Oh, definitely. I've got like a couple Kendas already right now, and I've still got like 4 Ironmans, so that'll last me like 2 more events. But once I need to buy some, I want to try them. But I don't know what the price is looking at. But if they're like, I don't know, it depends on how much they cost, bro. Obviously, I want to try them just to try them.
Trying to think of how many.
They're gonna be expensive, but I also heard they really might not be that much more incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because like right now they're just getting the shipments in, and they need to get them to FD. So we'll see if we even like FD's in like 3 weeks. So I've seen some like people worrying about that so far.
I sat down. I watched the first round at Long Beach last year, but like I was just chilling, dude. Maybe you should come over and watch it.
Absolutely. I usually just sit at home and watch it by myself, or like I'm drifting or something.
I don't think
I enjoy it. Like it might not. It sounds corny, but like I do like watching it.
Dude, I almost don't like watching it live though, dude. There's so much downtime. It hurts.
The downtime is rough, bro.
Dude.
But if you have like something else to maybe do in the background, like just hang out with your boys.
It's cool to have on. If people are over and it's on, like that's fine. But like
like one mistake and there's a lot of downtime. I wish that they could speed that up a little bit.
And I don't really know what else it could do. It's kind of just like.
And people like don't like the announcers. I don't mind Jared. I'm not. He doesn't annoy me. I think he's talented. I don't like some of the calls are always fair, but I'm not a judge. And basically, all it is just more consistency. Really, they just need to work on. Like you gotta really be a lot more consistent on the calls. It can't be one-off emotion. I feel like so many things are one-off emotion. Like, I could lay down like the sickest run ever that you've never seen me run against you, and you might have done really better than me, but people are going to see that my awesome run and I might win off emotions. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, clearly you did better, but you never see me drive so well against you that people are going to be like, wow, Corey won. He did so good. But yeah, he did so great, but maybe he was cutting a line a little bit here and there, or maybe skipped on this part of the track. And so, like, you gotta look past the emotions, and that's why I like human-based judge drifting. To me, just doesn't. There's gotta be a better way, because someone's always gonna be biased, and even if there's really no true bias, someone's still gonna think that like, yeah, well, that's your boy. Like, they think Chris Forsberg gets every call his way because they like him. Maybe that's true.
Dude, are the judges, like, old drifters?
No, I think they're just business dudes who started a company. Like, the true
That's so terrible.
Like, Jared is not, like, a drifter. I don't think maybe Brian Eckert is, or one of those dudes are,
yeah,
but...
Jared's not a
he's just like an announcer guy. But
right.
they're all, like, he started it too, Jared, obviously. But I don't think any of them are maybe
Dude,
drifters.
that's so terrible. Imagine if MLB was like, yeah, we're going to have a game, but the umpires never heard of baseball in their life. They're going to ump today's game.
Maybe that's how it should be.
That's
like, maybe
so
our
weird.
parents should, who's ever having the most fun. Like, I always joke about that. Like, maybe someone judge a drift competition that has no clue what's going on, and they decide who wins.
So what is it, just theater? Like, yeah, it's like WWE.
Like bring in, like, three, like, no, it's like going to court.
But the drivers are trying so hard.
But I'm saying, like, dude, if you're a person, it's just human nature. If you can't stand, say me and you are going at each other and the judge hates me and loves you, he's automatically in his head going to be negative. This is,
most people.
That's what happens when you let things based off humans, like, emotions.
For sure.
It's not a fact, you're going off emotions.
So you're saying, like, the GPS stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, I know in Japan, I'm pretty sure in Japan,
they go off, like, the proximity sensors. But again, like, drifting's not just based on proximity like that, I guess. It's based off style. Style's still important, and so is angle and speed. Yeah. And I guess you could measure all those things, but still when it comes down to style. Like, someone who drives smooth and stylish is going to be more appeasing.
Right.
But again, everybody sees different things. You might be into the super aggressive, like, driving. Like, I actually know you are because you drive super aggressive, but some people drive super smooth and boaty, kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, just like getting in some cars, it's just like, and some cars like, blah, blah, blah. Drivers like, blah, 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 blah.
For sure.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Some people just drive super aggressive. Some are fast, some have speed.
Yeah. Well, like, when you watch, and like, I feel like we've talked about FD a lot, but like, I really don't watch a lot. But I feel like I understand the objective, and like, when you see like two people run, I don't know about you, but like, can't you, like, yeah, they show a ton of replays, but like, can't you tell who won?
Yeah, immediately.
Right.
But then people say I'm wrong, and then they'll point out something like, man, maybe you're right, I missed that part.
True. I mean,
because maybe I was based off emotions. Yeah. Because I kind of want Chelsea to win every time. So if something goes not either way, I'm always going to side on him. No, I find myself doing it. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the bias. If you have three people up there and I like one more than other, I'm going to think whatever he did was great.
Right.
And that's just human nature, I feel like.
For sure.
Maybe I'm just bullshitting. Maybe someone watching this is going to be like, Corey's an idiot. That's not how that works. But that's fine. This is my opinion.
Right.
So that's how I see it. Like the EP event last year. Like, I feel like there's a lot of emotion in there, but there's really like someone who actually won fair and square. And there's so much like confusion. But I don't want to get into that. That was just a whole other thing. Like, I see where it could go either way.
Right.
And I just remember there's a little bit of controversy of people that we actually know.
True. I like to see it in person. I did see the videos and stuff, and like, I understand.
But it's a whole different thing when you're in like person. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff there that's based off like emotion and actually person doing the right thing.
For sure. Dude.
So I don't know. But all events are like that no matter what. I feel like even in the highest level, there's going to be people they like more than others.
Right.
If you're sitting there bashing them all the time, you think they're going to...
Right. No matter
what. That's just the way I look at it. Maybe I'm just a butthurt pussy. You know what I mean?
No.
Maybe I'm just, I
don't think so, dude. I understand what you're saying. It's just gonna, like you said earlier, like human nature is just how people are. Like
in football or baseball, like a sport like that, it's whoever's the best athlete that's gonna win. You can't judge a sport if you're whoever's scoring the most points.
Right.
Like, you can't do. You know what I mean?
Especially like when it comes down to judging, when like it's basically only based off of like human judgment. It's gonna get a little squirrely sometimes, no pun intended. But that's just how it is, dude. I like I said, even though like I feel like I watch FD and like I can tell who wins, maybe I'm not right, but like sometimes like we're just appalled by some of the calls.
Yeah, it's like how, and that's the other thing that they've been like complaining about the most is just like being consistent. If you're gonna call it for one person, you got to call it for everybody. Yeah. So that's again like basing it off of some sort of emotion.
So understandable though. I could see.
I mean, I'm all for like that in every aspect of life. Work, I want same. Like I want the same opportunities as everyone else, just based on like not on emotion. I don't, you know what I mean? Just like based on actual facts and like winning awards, like based on actual numbers and production, not based on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone might be a better worker than you, but just because like you're maybe not the nicest like person to get along with, not me specifically, I'm just saying in general. Like so you get based off that, like the whole like work thing, like it's so dumb. Yeah. Like so you're based off emotions, not actual facts or numbers.
It's hard, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's all about the numbers. Can't lie about those.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, just to bring it full circle.
Maybe with the sensors, though. Numbers don't lie.
For sure. I think that should be
important. But it's also drifting's based off style.
Right. And then if you have a run that's really close, let's say, and the judges can't decide, like, we could be like, oh, well, look at how much closer this dude was to the wall. In comparison, we could use that as some leverage to give this guy a win or whatever.
And they say, like, don't leave it in the judge's hands. Like, don't do something that is blatantly obvious that, like, make them have to work for it.
For sure.
But they're also, like, so, you know me, I, like, go on, like, different things that I'm into, like, heavily. So, you know, one week it's the Subaru rally cars. One week it's the orange drift team. And I'm super into the Naoki thing. Well, now I've been watching all, like, the D1 lights and stuff like that. Like, just bored on the internet, like finding like, you know, all the ratty, grainy YouTube, Facebook page, like those dudes always post like cool videos on there. I've been into like, you know, at night or if I'm at work bored, I'll throw it on for the people to watch. And it was crazy to see, first off, like the age gap. I did not know that Okachan was like 50 years old almost, and some of those other dudes were like 38 and 40 years old and 45 and 47 and 42. No, and I know Japan's like a lot different. Like if you're younger there, you don't like people when you like graduate like drifting, you're in like high school and stuff, but once you graduate and you get into the real world, people stop drifting. And that's like why all those cars end up at Ebisu and stuff like that. They go on and like live their normal life. So maybe that's why not so many young people, or it's either super young people or older people. But that's just what like seems. But that was like super crazy to watch that kind of stuff. But how like there's only like 4 guys that actually are good. Everyone just spins or fucks up. You know what I mean? Like watch them, dude. They're kind of hard to watch. Like,
I've seen a lot.
Yeah, like when there's like 4 good dudes and they're the most popular guys there. Like I don't know. I'm not great with the names, but like you know all those D1 lights, the street legal lights were all like 4 of the biggest Japanese people's names that were always winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's anywhere in the world. You know, you still have the 4 biggest names here.
Dude.
But like D1 GP.
Cool tracks. I feel like.
Yeah, no, that's what separates. The tracks are insane. And the cars were so cool.
Yeah, they look
and
cool
their style of driving is cool, but just like.
It is different. It's so much. It's
to me, like,
cool.
It's cool to watch, but it's not good drifting. Like, people who envy all that, to me, they're not that. If you want good quality drifting, it's not that good. It's kind of boring. Like, but like here in America, I feel like
their
the professional drift. What?
Like their pro stuff.
The pro stuff to me just to them like there's like a couple good ones, but the rest have seemed like they would never be as good as like the American drifters. Does that make sense? Like everyone thinks in Japan that they're super good, like they're untouchable.
Sure.
But like no, I feel like they're not like. They're not that like not that I'm some sort of great drifting. This is just me watching the sport.
Maybe, dude.
I don't know. But then, like, even, like, everyone's like, yo, Drift Masters, they're so good. Like, I watched some of that, and it's not that great to watch either. They just crash and spin out a lot more.
The competition is just hard
It's just like there's always the four dudes who are just good.
Dude, I think it's fun just because I like competition and tandeming, but, like, I would rather watch a live stream of them at Surrey than any fucking, like
a regular Matsuri? Like where just regular people go?
If someone live streamed C-Course Missouri, like which is just like them drifting, like
and it's like 10 dudes in JZXs. Yeah, that's the good stuff,
dude. Like A, B, and C, like they run classes. Like I don't care who's there. I just want to see.
No, I love throwing that on and watching that.
Or
no, you're right.
A toge course, or if someone's willing to like throw an in-car camera in the live stream or something, like I don't know, dude. Just like,
it's also like a reason why I like watching that stuff nowadays is because like I'm trying to like style up my car a little bit, but I just want to make mine different than everyone else's. So like if I'm seeing stuff that's like I just like to kind of study. And I guess everyone does that. Everyone's watching it, getting ideas. But like recently, I've just been like, man, that looks cool. You know what I mean? Like, because again, in the Japanese car scene, you just see the same 10 cars. I feel like, but when you watch those old 2005, 2006, you know, like you see so many cars you never even know. Don't know who this guy is. Who knows who that? But that car is sick.
For sure.
Like all the crazy flames, and I'm just like on a weird flame kick. Like, everyone likes flames. I just sound like a typical poser, but I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Maybe we should do something else with our lives.
No.
Should we get Chevys? Or
yeah,
we already got Chevys.
We should.
We should get another Chevy. Like
we should get another Chevy.
Like an Impala or something.
I'm down.
We should get 6 foreign Impalas. We should sell all our drift stuff and get something like that. Well, I don't know if that's your favorite one to go with. Maybe you want a Camaro. But like, if we're getting classics, I'm getting...
Never sell, dude. We'll just buy it.
Never sell. We'll just get another car. But like, dude, 60s Impalas are worth so much money right now. But maybe the market's not. I've seen a lot of classic cars for sale.
Dude,
I don't need a driver.
That's true.
I just need a driver. I don't need anything crazy.
Right. You said something earlier that piqued my interest, and it was, I think if you and I just start saying like, oh yeah, the market's coming down about S15s, like people will start believing us. You know?
No, it is.
Yeah, no, it is.
I saw one for like $15,000 the other day in America.
Cheap.
I was like, sweet.
Yeah, prices are coming way down.
And now they're becoming legal.
Right.
But that's the thing, is like that's the most modern drift car, like that's a Nissan basically, unless you have a Z. Like people are like in Japan, like that's the most modern car. Like everyone has a S15 because you can't really do S13s anymore.
Right.
It blew my mind when people were saying that the other day. I forgot who it was.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I love S15s. Like, just to be cliche, they just look cool to me.
They look great, and it's got a great art.
It's just like
It's hard to beat.
Maybe because hanging out with Josh, like he's always like talking about S15s, and I'm like, dude, they're just so cool. Like, imagine his car, even your car, just like an S15 though. It's so tight, but
I know, dude.
I'll never get to own one of those anything because I don't care enough.
I think if I sold everything, I could probably get one.
I just want to manual swap the GS. Like, I can imagine drifting that car.
Real, dude.
I'm hoping the transmission goes bad.
I would say, for real, me too, my S14. Dude,
I'm like ripping on it. I'm like, well, if it goes bad,
I'll go. Man. We'll find a Z32
we gotta
trans for this. Or whatever GS can run, W58 or something.
It's like, you can get an Z. Well, you're not going to hoon on your car. You can just put a KA trans in it. But, yeah. I never would make it a drift car. But R154s and W58s cost so much.
I know. They cost more than the car.
I'd have to find like a dirty deal, or a friend hooking me up, or we'd have to actually go pull one from something.
Yeah. Dude, I'll keep an eye out.
Dude, because I don't know what all I need, but it's probably going to be a project, but...
Piece it together.
That car is clean enough to me that no matter if the engine blows or transmission blows, I probably won't get rid of it.
No.
Because I had it up in the air the other day, I'm like, damn.
For real?
Yeah, it's clean.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's what makes the whole car worth it to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it needs a bumper and stuff, but...
Dude, I went to the junkyard. There was freaking 6 of them. You don't gotta worry about nothing.
Yeah, but they're all picked apart.
So? They were there. There's
True.
They're out there, bro.
I mean, I'll rather sit and wait till I find a black one instead of having mishmash color.
Mm-hmm.
And have it painted.
That'd be the easiest way to go about it.
Some people think, like, having to do a head gasket is a car totaled. To me, having to paint a car, it means it's totaled. Like, the paint is stressing me out. And I'm getting the biggest hookup on a deal ever. But I'm just saying,
like... GS?
No, on my drift
Beamer,
car.
yeah.
I'm just saying, in general, like, paint jobs, like, seem like so much money for... Like, you can't get a good paint job unless you're paying $2,000 or more, I bet.
At least.
Like that guy that your dad introduced us to at the track that does like $50,000 paint jobs. Like, how can you just make a paint job so perfect? But it's the whole process. Like how can you make a paint? Like, we saw so many cars at Milan this year with such good paint that I'd never even seen paint that good before. Like that black Mercury we were looking at, like had such deep black paint. I just got like lost looking in it, but it was like perfect. So.
Pay for what you get, dude.
It's like such a hard decision to make, like spend the money, get it painted, or wrap it, but then you spend that same amount of money in wrap and then frustration.
Right, dude.
But then if you boof something, you can just re-wrap it. Like, I'm talking to Josh yesterday about it. Like, I don't want to have to, like, I don't care about a paint job or my car looking good enough to the point where I'm, like, bondoing things. Like, if we have to spend a lot of money on bondoing things, I'm probably going to be like,
Right.
I'm not trying to get it perfect.
Dude, I think...
But, like, on the side skirt, it's got holes drilled in them already. And I'm like, I'm not going to fix these holes. Like, I'm not going to spend the time to fix them. But he's like, if you wrap a car, you can just cover those with wrap. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. But my friend's hooking me up. He wants to help me out. We'll paint it. But if it gets ruined, we'll just wrap it. And, like, I had some friends that are like, oh, spray paint it, which is cool. You can make it look good. But
maybe
you're spending you have to buy 2 cans per panel. So at that point, plus clear, you're already spending the money on paint. So you might as well just suck it up. And I'm excited to see how it comes out, but it's been stressing me out.
Dude, I think one day I'm really gonna put some effort into teaching myself how to paint.
Well, that's the part that doesn't scare me. None of that scares me. I feel like I could paint a car. I have nowhere to do it. I don't have anywhere. I don't have anywhere to do it. Like, if we had a friend that would say, "Hey, yeah, do it here," I would go paint it myself. I don't feel like that part's that hard. I know it's probably hard as hell, but like that part, I don't mind knocking out myself. To be honest with you, I don't mind doing any of that work myself, but I don't have anywhere to do it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's like everyone's problem.
Everyone we know that doesn't have a garage with a booth in it. Like, even Julian's like, yeah, he has that second garage. He's like, if you clean it all up and you do all the work, you could paint in there. Like, obviously lay down plastic on the floor. And he was down with it, but like, I don't want to do that, really, in his garage.
Dude, you know the third garage in my garage up here is a paint booth.
Yeah, I know. You think we'd ever get to use it, though?
Never.
Hell no.
Not until my dad's, like, gone from this earth.
You never let us paint in there.
No, even then. He'd probably write in the will, not allowed to paint in the garage, brother.
The day we did it and he's gone, we die.
Yeah.
Like,
the house catches on fire.
He comes back to get us. Like, I told you guys not to paint my shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Alright, we're off topic here. Let's find a topic.
Sure, dude.
Ready? I mean, you could cut this all up and take out all the bull crap if you really wanted.
This is fine. No one cares.
Dude, I wish I had a 240 coupe, man. That is one good looking car.
I know. That's probably the best. 240 coupe.
What the hell?
They're still around, bro. We'll find them.
What are they?
What?
What are we going to find?
Coupes.
Pull it off, surveying in a coupe. Imagine if you had a coupe and a hatch, you'd be 240 rich.
Yeah, dude. If only.
Oh, speaking of 240s, we could talk about that. I got that in my notes here. So, every month since the beginning of the year, I've seen a car at AVS, which I think is Apple Valley Speedway in California. And, I mean, I have friends, like my buddy George, he's an E46 dude, like super well-known E46 guy. He drives there, and I see him do, 100-mile-per-hour entries going all crazy there, like tandems and stuff. George, he's really a ripper, but I'm like, how do you do it without crashing? He's like, oh, yeah, all these kids there, they're trying to drive like Naoki, and they're hitting this freaking, they're trying to whip it in at the wrong time, they're hitting this tire wall, and they're flipping the cars. 3 nice 240s. I mean, I'm sure they're going to fix them.
Whatever.
But they're never going to be the same again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm thinking is you have the tire wall. There's a reason why they do it. It keeps you from hitting that concession stand or the track stand there where they put a flagger, I think. So that's what I'm thinking is so if you go to a track, you sign up for this track, you do a walk around, you do you do a driver's meeting, you sign the paper. You're accepting that whatever happens, correct?
Yeah, dude.
So if you go and you drive out of your ability and something happens to your car where you hit a ditch, that ditch has always been there. How come me and you never hit the ditch? But the third guy, Jim, he hits the ditch and now it's the track's fault. And we've seen it at all the tracks we drive at. Auto City, the tires in the way.
I guess if the third guy is complaining that he hit the ditch.
But how come we've done 100 laps and we've never hit the ditch? So how is it the track's fault or the traffic's unsafe? Should they have Like Kill Care, for instance, people made a big stink about that video where the kid hit the drain. That is not a problem with the track. They need that drain there for water to go off the track. Okay, dirt drops and stuff like that, I get that. That's something that you can fix, but you can't remove a drain. You can't fill that with dirt.
Right.
People don't understand that. The water goes in there.
Yeah.
So there's no water on the track. So, like, people who don't actually drive Kill Care, like those people that are complaining, they are like, oh, it's bad, but I just use this as an example. How come all of us can hundreds of laps a day? I've never gone in that ditch.
Right.
So what one kid does, and now that means that track's unsafe. That debate was dumb.
It's just
so people were complaining about the tire walls. Well, then don't hit them because you know what happens. And if you, I get like
you saw them before you went out.
So
there,
is that the track's fault? You
gotta make a judgment call. What are you gonna do?
Is that the track's fault or your fault for bad driving?
No.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm sick of seeing people hit something at a track and blame it on the track. Because we all know it's there. And in the driver's meeting, every track I've been to, they tell you in the driver's meeting, do not hit these things because you will have a bad time.
Yeah.
I mean, every track I've ever been to, one track's got tractor tires. One track's got a ditch. This track's got a dip in the middle of the track. This one's got a freaking crack.
Whatever.
Like at Kill Care, one thing that drives me up the wall that maybe people don't realize that's there is like when you enter at the top of the track, like I'm calling the top, like if you're looking at it from the top down, the top of the track's up here, like where the main stands are. Mm-hmm. When you enter that way, okay, so you wouldn't be driving that way. So say the other way around.
Counterclockwise?
Yeah, so when you come out of that bank and you're going into the bank, like so you initiate and you go into the bank, there's like a small square in the middle of the concrete out there. And I think it's where like a water hose would come up. Like if you pop a cap off in there, I think there's probably a hose that you screw in. But it's like the only thing at Kill Care. It's in the middle of the track. And it's just like a little square, I think, that has a little grate in it. And I hit that every time. And it kind of hurts if you feel it. So I wonder if there's anyone else that like hits that grate. I don't know if you're supposed to even be hitting it, like if I'm running a bad line, but sometimes I find myself hitting that. It's like one square at Kill Care.
Dude,
that's
I can't really recall it.
I wonder if you could see it on the like on a sky view.
Yeah, show
me
where it's at. That's funny.
So, but again, to end that out, like if I dirt drop and I blow a tire out, that's my fault because I should not be in that ditch. You know the ditch are big, don't go in it. Right. So I don't feel bad for people who wreck their...
Here's a better argument. Like if someone
Hold on, I want to skip... Oh, wait, no, keep going, sorry.
Well, if someone were to say that, it'd just be like, dude, you're the one who's driving your car. You're the one in control of your car. Like, you showed up to this track specifically
Sign the paperwork. All your other sick-ass friends could do it?
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be different if, like, 3 people went out in a row and, like, something with the track, like, ruined 3 people's cars. It'd be like, all right, time out. Like, there's something going on.
So I'm not crazy, like, or being rude thinking that you shouldn't blame the track for something you did.
No, I mean, unless something's on the track,
when these hundreds of other people have already done it without.
Right. No, I mean, I think every time this happens, like, there's some stuff that's, like, subject to, like, criticism or whatever.
People always bring up another point.
Some way, I mean, there's points that could hold more weight than others, but...
Like that kart track that they were at for Drift Week, where they had, like, that crazy pothole where the dude's suspension arm came apart. Well, okay, I saw that, and a lot of people were hitting that, and maybe it's a bad spot, but, like, everyone knows it's there. How come everyone else wasn't hitting it?
I did, and it was raining.
Even Naoki was hitting it.
Yeah, hundreds of people driving laps there that day.
So maybe the track could stop and maybe fill it up or something, but, like,
what are they gonna do,
you know it's there, right?
Yeah.
You saw it there, so you're going to try not to hit it, correct?
Probably shouldn't go that far out.
Thank you.
Maybe it was an accident.
It's a huge pothole, but again, like, if you want to drive and you have to avoid it, then don't drift right there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get it.
I'm not, like, people were trying to use that as an example. I'm like, no. Because there's 10 cars in front of that car that just... Taylor Ray was in front of that guy, and he hit the same pothole, and nothing happened to his car. But then that guy went way deeper and...
Fucking this shit.
Blew shit up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta stop blaming the track.
Be aware.
And maybe don't drive out your skills. Like, and I respect those dudes for, like, getting in a car. I kind of saw it on, like, my mention page today. The kid, like, got the roof fixed on that car.
Really?
The Sus Boys. Sus boys, hell yeah. Anyway, he got the roof on the car, and it looks normal. Like, I don't know how he fixed it, but it looks like it's normal. And they're like, yeah, never even had, like, I would feel weird in a car that the roof's already been moved. But it's just a drift car, so. But I'm always seeing that, I'm like, damn, just another 240 gone to heaven. That one's it's done.
Yeah, man.
I commented that on the post, and Matt kids were coming at me like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't respond, though. I didn't respond.
What do you mean?
Because then people just come back with fat jokes. It's not even point to
God. That's so wild.
And when you're dealing with people randomly on the internet like that, that's the only thing they ever come to. Like, so if you talk about drifting, and then they, like, realize that I actually do drift sometimes. Like, one kid's like, I was really about to cook you, then I realized you actually drive. I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
That's a valid response.
Well, that's why you gotta drive and get good to the point where, like, you can say it. Like when I crashed, dude, I was like, I'm never gonna be good at drifting. Like, people are always gonna remember just crashing.
Dude, you gotta overcome that.
Yeah.
That's like...
Well, it makes you learn.
Yeah.
I got those doors back today, though. That's not funny.
That's sweet. Or what are you gonna do with the doors on the car right now?
Throw them in the trash.
Yeah, they're trashed.
One is, like, completely rusted on the bottom. And I made it much worse by, like, putting it on my trailer, and, like, the trailer just barely would reach. Yeah, you see me do it. I just slam my door on the trailer, like, fender, and, like, it would just be tall enough just to open the door. So I'd, like, because, you know, like, me being in the car weighs it down, and then when I get out, the freaking car sits up a little bit higher, and you can shut the door. But the door was already, like, when I'm done with this car, I'm not doing that ever again. But when it was like the other car, the door was already rusty. I'm like, oh well. But then my other side, someone hit me really good, like, in tandem, because I told them to. But it, like, pushed my, like, sill plate in pretty good, which I was a little upset about that. But, like, it's drifting. He could do it 10 more. Actually, give me a couple events. Stay off my doors for a couple events. Just let me have the car nice for a little bit.
Yeah.
Please, give me space. E36 dudes, I know we always party because we don't care, but... Give me 6 inches on my white and ones. Yo, so, all right, next topic. Who's at fault, though, when you fuck up at the track? You. We already kind of talked about that, totaling the car.
Let's see how much batteries left in this, John, bro.
Get a new one while the market's hot. We should have people, like, ask questions. I wish I could have people that ask me questions.
Dude, we can get some questions in this.
Takashi 69's.
Maybe we got to make a post on Instagram. And,
I feel like people don't care enough, though.
Get some questions going.
We're oversaturated now. There's too many people.
You have Yeah, I also, like, don't care enough to, like, do that. I think it's interesting when we hang out. We chat, whatever. We have some cool friends, and they got some cool shit to say.
Should we get like a dog? Or is that too much work?
I mean, yeah. That's a piece of chicken.
2 pieces, dude.
Yeah, they brought the double down back.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a thick boy. I like to get down on some bad food, but I would never it's just a little too fat ass for me. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, I'm not trying to eat 2 pieces of chicken.
That's a lot.
You know what I mean? Like, This is too fat for me. Like, that's too fat ass. Like, I won't even eat a McRib because it just looks gross, but I feel like McRib's like something that fat people like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like processed
rib
meat.
Get a McRib.
Processed rib meat, that's where I draw the line.
Me too.
Yeah.
What about the Pacific Rim Shrimp Taco from Taco Bell?
What is that? Never had it.
Pacific Rim Shrimp.
I'm not eating shrimp from Taco Bell, brother.
Okay.
There's a couple. Have you tried it?
No. A lot, actually.
You tried it a lot?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, then, I mean, you never steer me wrong. I mean, like, I'm not sitting here acting like
I've never tried it.
Okay. Hey, man, you would never steer me wrong. So
You're right. If it was good, I'd tell you.
I'm just thinking of, like, processed shrimp at Taco Bell. Like, there's some stuff that you can't touch. All right, maybe. No, I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe I gotta try it now.
Dude, would you get the shrimp at Olive Garden?
Sure.
But you wouldn't get the shrimp at Taco Bell.
I don't know, man. You got me good on that one. Maybe I'm thinking of imitation crab.
Yeah, that's kind of good, all right.
But, like, so shrimp's a slippery slope. I like shrimp.
Do you like cold shrimp?
Cold shrimp's fine.
I kind of fuck with cold shrimp.
Like, put in a little cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
I'm not even into that, but I fuck with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go for it, but if you got it.
If someone was like, do you want grilled shrimp with butter or cold shrimp? I'm going with grilled shrimp with butter.
All day.
Okay, good.
All day. All day, dude. Grilled shrimp and butter hits.
For sure.
But I'm not like also like a shrimp. Like a shrimp's like a maybe a once a month kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't do it much, but I like it.
A long time.
But like Taco Bell shrimp. See, I'm always like someone who always goes to bat for Taco Bell. So people like to hate on Taco Bell, but it's actually like shit garbage. Hey, people who watch be like, yeah, fast food's bad. But it's just like dehydrated meat that you're adding water to. So that's how they make it so quickly.
I'm sure, dude.
But at that point, dude, I don't really care. I'm just trying to get a dirty 5-layer burrito into me.
Yeah, dude, they've gone up in price.
Absolutely. Everything's gone up in price.
But Taco Bell.
When I was in high school, 5-layer burritos were $1.
Taco Bell, like, made a jump that was pretty alarming.
Dude, you can... Dude, there's nothing achievable with Taco Bell anymore.
I got... Let's see. Dude, the quesadilla is like $7 now.
Ridiculous.
Which is crazy.
Quesadilla prices are nuts. They have been for a while. Unreasonable.
And the chalupa... No, not the chalupa. What's the hard shell surrounded by a soft shell?
Gordita.
Gordita crunch.
I don't know. I don't eat any of that stuff.
$4.
Really like that. Yeah, this is insane.
Huh?
They got like my coworker and I. We always joke about like the grilled stuffed burrito because he got it one day and that looked really good. I've had it before, but like, dude, it's like $8 or something. I was like, nah, not worth it, dude.
That's crazy.
It's a time. I was talking to Dylan about that today. Like everything that used to be so cheap was expensive with like even our cars. So like eBay front lips, dude. When I first got into drifting, they were like $70. I bought the same like cheap ABS lip from eBay and it was like $120. I'm like, this is insane. Like the side skirt extensions used to be like $70, $60. Dude, there's $120. Everything's like $120.
I feel like E36 is at least, or that E36 46, at least like there was quantity.
There's nothing now.
Yeah.
Quantity of parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like with COVID, everything's slowed like to all. Now, you can't find anything like for cheap. Like, you could buy every like cool part off for an BMW off eBay and make it look sick. Now it's so expensive.
For real.
Supply and demand, dude. KBD, bro.
KBD is huge.
Yeah, just
do
what Corey Misco did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Cut the bumper, put IS300 on the bottom. Original design.
Corey Misco, bro.
Dude, someone KBD cut him a check.
They need to.
They need to.
They ripped off his style.
They ripped his style. He did that like...
Either that or there needs to be a fresh produce stamp in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
I just like, I don't know if he created the idea, but like...
I don't think
he had it on his car when I met him like 3 or 4 years ago now, so I mean...
Right.
And that car was like that for before...
Dude, when that car was gray, it looked sick.
That's what I'm saying. That same bumper was when it was gray. Yeah. So that's been a minute. Because you would have saw that car when it was gray here in Michigan. I didn't live here yet.
I don't know if I saw it or knew him, but...
Seen it on the book. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, we seen that before.
Right. Well, do you have anything planned?
Who?
You, like any events? Like for sure?
Well, I'll be at like every kill care event, basically. I can't go to the Second Street League because it's Cashman's wedding.
For sure.
I will never miss that. And then I don't know. I'm just going by ear right now. I haven't been playing. I've been so focused on getting the car done. I haven't planned anything. But I want to go to Canada, obviously. If there's any Canadian events, like if anyone that they have there, I'll hit every single one. Does that make, like, it's an hour and a half away from us?
Yeah.
If they have 4 events, I'll probably hit every one. And I would put their events over some other events if I could, because it's close enough if I feel like we'd have a good time there. And then there's going to be the events at the Corrigan Oil, and I know Bobby's crew is going to be doing a lot of stuff there. So if they're doing stuff there, I'm obviously going to be there just to support their event, but also learn from them, because there's going to be some stuff going on, hopefully, like to help people.
Cool, dude.
Not to go into any like details or give anybody stuff up. I think this is word of mouth. But like, yeah, so like I would go to any event there because
For sure.
they're the homies, and then like my buddy Jordan is doing like the Midwest Michigan or Midwest Driftco thing. So like, I didn't plan on hitting any local track events, but like if he's hosting them, I'll go to maybe one of the Auto City events this year or something. I don't know. Like, it would be nice to go back and drive there, like with my new set of skills, like a better driver since the last time I went. If that makes sense, could really utilize the track better now that I understand how to drive better. Does that make any sense?
For sure.
Because it's been like a full year since I drove there. So maybe hit one of those because I want to hit a couple local events because I want to get like my coworkers to come to the events. They always ask, and they're not going to come to Dayton to check it out.
Yeah, I know.
So if there's some more local events, I could get some of my like coworkers in, or some of my friends who don't drift, who always ask me. I got people at work. They're like, "Hey man, like I want to come with you." Like so. I had a couple friends come out last year at Corrigan, and they had an amazing time, and they still talk about it all the time at work. So, you know, he's like, "Oh man, we were right at the wall. I was looking at the wall." I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's fun." Like, you know, people talk about it, but you talk about it all day at work, and I'm sure they're like, "Yeah, I'm sure he fucking does that." But then I took him in the car, and I was setting out some heaters, and they loved it. Like when you're in the car with your friend and you're both having such a good time drifting, you're just giggling. Like we've all had that like feeling when you're with your homie, just me and you, just always just, like laughing while we're driving. Like that's the fun of it. You got someone in there who's never drifted before, it just changes their whole life.
Right.
And then they're like all like, "Oh, I want to get a drift car so bad." Like my coworker Ace, he wanted to him and his brother are like trying to split a Z. They want to drive so bad now because of that. I was like, yeah, that's all it takes, dude. That's how drugs work.
Real.
You take one hit of this stuff, dude.
It's over.
Drifting, don't do it. Not once.
Right. It's not good for
Makes you gay.
Physical health.
Just kidding.
Makes you gay. A lot of things.
Not even once. I just keep looking at the vent for some reason.
You know,
it's a nice vent.
I really want to drive Panthera.
Yeah, I want to drive there. I definitely want to hit US Air. Like again, we talked about it, but like 7.5 doesn't seem that bad. I thought it was like 10. And you look at a map and you're like, why can't I just cut right here? If that fucking piece of land, the lake wasn't there, dude, it'd be
a 6-hour trip.
And I'm like, why can't we take a ferry? And Josh told me it's gonna cost like $600 probably.
Yeah, it's a stack.
It's a stack.
Yeah, it's if you gotta. I mean,
imagine being like cut you like hate time that much. So you could bring your truck and trailer right on there, dude, on a ferry.
You're gonna pay a pretty penny. Yeah.
Well, I've rode a ferry before with my car. I visited my friend in Vermont, and like